Hello, hello. I want to say thank you so much for joining me. Been really excited about this topic because it was something that I got inspired by yesterday. So I want you to rethink how you name your cleanup projects, what it is that you're doing, how you're marketing them. And it all starts with the words that you're using. And so often we make the mistake about looking at things from what's important to you as a firm owner, from professional stance of what are the words that are used in the industry and thrown around, and it's really commonly understood. But then when your clients hear that, it just doesn't land. They don't fully get that. And that applies to your cleanup projects, because I just came across this article yesterday and it hit home, and I want to really share it with you because it might give you the encouragement to really rethink how you're naming and talking about cleanup projects. And the main thing is, once again, it all starts with a name. What do I mean? Well, cleanup projects. That's what we are commonly talking about when we're first meeting with a client, especially if they already have a set of books. They usually need their financials cleaned up. But messed up books, cleanup project, that is industry terms. They don't really get that. It doesn't have the same meaning to them as it does to you. And because of that, it means that you're talking about it from a way that shows what's important to you and what you value, as opposed to your client and what they value. So consider this: the word cleanup projects, as well as the term messed up books, is a little bit punitive, because you're talking to business owners that are already busy. Maybe they've been doing the books themselves, or they had someone that they were investing in, paying for to do the books and didn't do a very good job. For whatever reason, their books are not up to date, they're not accurate, and they need to be revamped. So when you talk about messed up books and a cleanup project, there's a little bit of negativity around that. There might be some judgment. These business owners that you're trying to impress as a potential new client might have some guilt and shame about the fact that their books need to be cleaned up, that they are messed up, when they thought that they were doing the best that they could given their circumstances. Because of that, based on this article that I was reading, we need to revamp what we're calling cleanup projects and do it in a way that is client attractive, because I know for a fact that you deeply care about your clients. You want the best for them. You want them to have accurate, up-to-date financials. So if you were really looking at revamping how you talk about cleanup projects, then think about, what is the outcome? What is the benefit? What problem does it remove for your clients? And then start to really think about it in those terms, and really getting rid of the word messed up books and cleanup projects. We want it to be where you're positioning it, you're talking about it in a way that is user-friendly, client-centered, that really shows the caring about them, as opposed to maybe having some underlying guilt when they're hearing that their books are messed up. So what would you rename your cleanup projects if you were to describe that to a client who really needed to get their books up to date and accurate, but you didn't want to tell them that their books were messed up or that they needed to be cleaned up? And I was talking about this earlier today in my coaching group for the people that were going through my course, The Profitable Cleanup Formula, because it really applied to the work that they're doing in the program right now. But it was such an inspiring conversation that I wanted to share it with you also. And some of the things that we came up with as ways to be able to revamp how we're talking about cleanups is maybe calling it a fix-up instead of a cleanup, or a tune-up. Maybe it could be an update. It could be a financial update, a revision. Some of the other things that we came up with is Your Books 2.0, a redesign, QuickBooks tune-up. So those were some of the things that we came up with as to how to maybe rename what you're calling your cleanup projects, because cleanup projects has more meaning for you than it does with your clients. It kind of pushes them away. It doesn't get you on the same page. Whereas when we're talking about it from a place of how we can move together in a way that makes sense for the clients and what it is that's most important to them, then we want to focus on something that is more future oriented, as opposed to focusing on the problem that got them to having a conversation with you to begin with. So I would love to hear from you. How has this inspired you? Maybe you've been thinking about this too and just didn't know how to have the right words to be able to explain it to them. What would you be calling it if you didn't want to talk about messy books and cleanup projects anymore and wanted to make it more client-centered to really show that the culture of your firm is all about helping your clients with their financials? How would you rename it? How would you rephrase it? Let me know below. Would love to hear from you as to how this resonates or what new ideas are popping up for you. So thank you so much for taking a couple minutes for sharing with me, listening to some thoughts about how to be able to rename something so it's more client-centered and really focuses on where you're able to take them regarding their financials, as opposed to focusing on all that's wrong with their financials. So love to hear from you. Once again, please let me know below what your thoughts are. Share this, like this. I so appreciate our connection. Loren Fogelman, showing accounting professionals how to double your income, working half the time.